Breakthrough Awaits is an empowerment journal for women who want to finally achieve the life they've always dreamed of. If you feel stuck in a system that keeps you from actualizing your potential, there is a higher level of living available to you on the other side of your breakthrough. This book will help you gain the necessary tools you need to walk in your truth, discover your untapped potential, and overcome your obstacles. You will learn how your experiences can impact how you perceive yourself and those around you. When you aren't afraid to be authentic, you help transform the lives of those you've been chosen to impact. Breakthrough Awaits. Order your copy of Breakthrough Awaits today at ThereseTeasley.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am your host with the most, coming straight out of Pontiac, Michigan, and I am Tea Nicole. Listen, before we get started, please like us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Driven by Purpose. That is PURPOS 3. Make sure you like us today. Listen, I'm excited to be here on Transformation Thursday with Tea Nicole. Again, for those that are just tuning in, I am your host with the most, Tea Nicole, coming straight out of Pontiac, Michigan. And not only that, this is Transformation Thursdays with Tea Nicole. Why are we talking about transformation? Because in our life, we have to transform in order to be the best version of ourselves each and every day. Because I can no longer do the same things that I used to do 10 years ago. Because of the simple fact, I am trying to grow. I am trying to go to the next level, and I am doing things differently in order to get new results. So today on this episode, I need you guys to know something. So each and every week on Thursday, same time, same place, 5:30. I was a couple minutes late. I do apologize. Stuck in traffic today. But the thing is, I made it, and I was like, I'm still going to show up. So I hope you guys get what you are looking for on today. So we're talking about getting started. So each and every week we'll talk about a new topic, but we're going to talk about getting started on today. So the first thing is you have to make up in your mind what it is that you want to do. So whether that's start a career, start your weight loss journey, whether it's to get into a new relationship, to make a big move, make up in your mind what it is that you want to do. So you brainstorm first. So the first stage is actually brainstorm, right? And so then after you brainstorm, you make up in your mind and say, what is it that I really want to do? And this is the direction that I'm going to take. So you make up in your mind what you're going to do. And then you're going to do the next step. What is that? Write it out. You're going to write it out and make the vision as plain as you need to make it, because you can have all these ideas and maybe like 30 different thousand things. But if it's not clear and plain, you're going to be all over the place. And let me tell you, how do I know? Because that was me. That is still me, and I'm owning my truth. Like, I'm not going to tell you something that have not experienced. But the thing is, I had to know that I had to go through some things. Hi, Catherine. I love you, my beautiful sister. Much love to you as well. Hi, Raven. Welcome, welcome. So we got people tuning in from Facebook and YouTube. I'm so happy that you guys could join us. So with the transformation, you want to, before you get started, so this is what we're going to do before we get started. We're going to brainstorm. So we're going to think it up in our mind, like, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. Even if you have to write notes, okay, this is what I like to do. Then make up in your mind, say, this is what I'm going to do. So now you're going to, after you make up in your mind, you're going to write the vision, and then you're going to make it plain. You're going to say, today, this is the steps that I would like to take. So after you write the vision out, next is creating the plan. Say the plan is A, B, C, and D. You have the power to actually change your plan, but at least you know the direction that you're trying to go into. That's why you have a clear vision, right? So after you have your clear vision and you write the plan down, you're going to say, this is what I'm going to do, steps 1 through 10, right? It may be more steps, but we're going to say 1 through 10 just for the sake of time. So steps 1 through 10. And then after you write the steps, put it on your calendar. So what you're going to do, you're going to put it on your digital calendar, and then you're going to write it on your paper calendar, because sometimes we can have a digital calendar and something goes wrong with the digital calendar, or you want to make sure you write it down just so you can have it if you're out and about and you just, you're able to do what you need to do in order to make sure you go back to your digital calendar and say, okay, this is what I have planned on this day and this day. Because I was one of them ones that be like, oh, I can do this and I can do that, and didn't even have it on my calendar, and I was double booking myself. And I can be honest, sometimes I triple book myself because of the simple fact I did not write it down. So when you learn from your experiences, now it's time for you to educate. So we're going to put it in our digital calendar as well as our paper calendar, right? And then, so this is the plan, and then your digital calendar, and then your goals. So what are your goals? So even though you got a plan, you still want to have goals. So you want to say, this is my target date that I want to do it. This is my target date when I want it to be completed. So the thing is, we can sometimes write out things, our goals, but then we don't have a specific date and a specific time that we want it to be completed. So if you give yourself a deadline, if you say on this day, so say October the 1st, that's for me. So like October the 1st, I want to be in my brand new house with all my bill, my debt paid off, right? So that's my goal. So October the 1st, I want to be in my new house, in home, and all debt paid, right? All debt paid. I'm putting it down because sometimes it don't matter how big it is, how little it is. Yeah, see, Catherine, she know what I'm talking about. She know why I'm talking about this, because sometimes we just need that reminder that it has to be done. I wish y'all could understand why I'm talking about this today. I'm really saying this for me too. I'm not just saying it just to be telling y'all, but sometimes we have to hear it in order to do it. So I'm saying this to me too, as I'm talking to you, and I'm schooling you on the transformation, because the transformation is all the dimensions of wellness. So that's simply your finances, that's your health, that's your spiritual growth, that's like your spirituality, that's all of that. You want to intertwine all of that. So your job, making sure that your bills are paid, making sure that everything, I'm gonna have to pull it up. I'm gonna pull up the 8 dimensions of wellness, because sometimes people just be thinking we got to focus on our mind, our body, and our spirit. No, no. You got to focus on all of it, because that's what you're made of and that's what you're used to. So creating a system. So today we're just creating the system in order to get started. Creating the system in order to get started. Okay, guys? Look, sometimes I like to go other places, but I'm trying to stay on task. See, that's why this is important, to make sure you stay on task, because sometimes you can be talking so good and it can be getting so good, but then you go off task. Like you can be saying, I can be at this event, but you already have an appointment at 4 o'clock on that same exact day. And then you be like, oh my God, you feel bad because you can't be at the other appointment because you already done booked to be at 3 appointments in one day. So you got to do better. And I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about me too. We all have to do better. If you want better, you have to do better, right? So today we're going to make sure we just get started. And then next, you just start. So now after you have brainstorm, made up in your mind, this is what you're going to do, then you're going to write the vision and make it plain. So you're going to make sure that it's clear. Like you made up in your mind, this is what I wanted to do. But then you're going to say, I'm going to write the vision out. So you done made it up. You like, okay, I'm going to write it out. Then you're going to write the plan of action. So the different steps that you're going to take, 1 through 10. And then again, I said, you might have more than 10 steps. You might have 15 steps. But this is just the concept that I want you to understand. You're going to write steps 1 through 10. Then you're going to put your things in the calendar. Actually, let's do it this way, because I said write it all on the calendar. Before you write it on your calendar, I need you to set up dates and times that you want it to be accomplished. So you're going to do the steps at 1 through 10, but then you're going to write the target dates to go with that too. So October the 1st, I want to be in my own home and I want to be debt free. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to set. That's one of my goals. And that's one of the, I'm taking the necessary steps in order for me to have my house and to be debt free. Right. So this is what I'm doing. I did all of that. Now I'm going to put all of my things on my calendar. I'm going to put it in my digital calendar as well as my paper calendar. So if I'm out and about, I can write it in my paper calendar, or if I have my phone, my tablet, whatever electronic device, I'm going to make sure I put all the dates and all the times into my calendar. So that way I will not triple book. Instead, I will be properly prepared for whatever it is that I set out to do. And if I don't have time, I'm not going to try to fit other time in there or other activities in there, because it's not going to align with what I have to do. So after you do all of that, you done put everything in your calendar, then what is the next thing you're going to do? You're just going to start. You're going to start every day. You have to show up every day. You have to be prepared every day, because if you said you quitting your job and you working for yourself full time, that simply means that you have to show up on time every day. You have to say, you know what? I have to leave all the leisure things behind and really stay focused on what I have to do. So Miss Catherine, she asked me something. So let me go to it. Hold on, Miss Catherine, because I wasn't even going to talk about it. But because I mentioned it, I want to tell you exactly what it is. Hold on. 8 dimensions of wellness. I learned that from my sister, Tashina. She actually told me of it. So the 8 dimensions of wellness are, and this to work on the whole entire person. So the emotional and mental, 1. Environmental is 2. So the place where you live, environment. 3, financial. 4, intellectual, mind. 5, occupational. 6, physical. 7, social. And 8, spiritual. So those are the 8 dimensions of wellness. So in order for us to be healed, whole, complete, all of these areas have to really be functional. And the thing is, some of us have been just skating by with just having some of the things. But I'm going to be honest, for me, like it's a lot of things that I have experienced in my life because of trauma. You're welcome, my beautiful sister. Thank you for tuning in today. Like, if you like this video, just share it, because somebody needs it on today. So the thing is, I want to make sure that we are getting what we need. And I learned something, like I can't do all of these things by myself. I can do what I can do in the space that I can do it. But I learned that I am connecting with so many people that offer services so that we can help to heal and restore and empower and encourage individuals where we can in our respective places. So the things is, emotional and mental. That is the social worker. I'm not a social worker, but I can do what I can do in my capacity. So the environmental, like I can offer some things in my neighborhood and make sure that I'm doing things in my neighborhood, but so can other people that are area experts in those areas. So like financial, talking to a banker, talking to a credit repair person. Like there's so many people out here that can help us. Intellectual, the mind. Like I just heard of a place here in Farmington Hills. I think it's called Inception or something. It's a brain gym. So it's strictly to work on your mind. And I was like, oh, we have one of those here in Michigan. It's in Farmington Hills. And I will get the name of that, but it helps to repair your mind, because you could be so stressed out and worried about everything and just always giving to everything, and your brain is start to get weak because it's on overload, especially if you're doing a lot of different things. So I just wanted to talk about getting started today and really like changing the way you think, changing your perception, and just saying, you know what, I'm going to get started, because sometimes you just want to get started and sometimes you don't know how to get started, where to get started. So I wanted to give you my tips, because I had to do this myself. And guess what? I'm still doing it. I'm still getting organized. Today I had to derail from my schedule because my nephew wanted to spend time with me. And so who was I to not want to spend time or not spend time? Like I have to learn boundaries, but I have to learn how to have freedom too and enjoy my family, because they need me just like I need them. So create a plan, but make sure you also include that wiggle room so you can have freedom too, so that way you can enjoy your loved ones. So you can say, you know what, today I might want to go out on a date, but let me make sure it can fit in my schedule. Let me make sure I'm still living. Let me make sure that I'm not making this harder than what it needs to be. Let me make sure I'm right where I need to be, doing the things that I need to do, because it is necessary in this season. You understand? So listen, I am Coach Tea Nicole, and I just want to go over the list one more time before we go, because I know we still have a couple more minutes left, and I just wanted to know if anybody have any questions about getting started, where you need to go to. I am here just for you today, because I need you guys to know that, like, we just got to start. We got to start doing things different. We got to believe in who we are again. We have to trust that we have the power. Like we can change our narrative. Like if y'all knew what I was experiencing right now, I could really give into what I'm experiencing, or I can change, because I'm changing my narrative and I believe in my power. So every day I got to start changing the way I speak. I got to change the way I think. I have to know that by faith that anything and everything is possible, because I used to say things but didn't believe what I was saying. So now I'm recreating the program, I'm recreating the system, and I'm actually creating the system that's going to work for me, the system that is going to allow me to grow, the system that is going to allow me to be financially stable. Like, look, I'm going to go back over the dimensions, because, a wellness, because I want to be strong in all of these areas. So I'm going to speak it every day. I am emotionally and mentally sound. I am sound in my environment. I am sound in my financial situation. Matter of fact, I am living in abundance. I have a strong, sound mind. Listen to what I'm saying. My intellectual being is healed. Like I have the best job that I could have, and it ain't even a job. That's the career choice that I created. It's not even something that somebody gave to me. It's something that I created because that's what I desired. So I am walking in the best dream that I wanted, or career that I wanted. I created this. I wanted them to hire me. So this is what it was. So like my physical, like I am healed in my physical being. Like I am whole in my physical being. So you have to start speaking with the power and the authority that you have. I am a whole, complete spiritual being. So that's what I say. Like, I am somebody. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to brainstorm our ideas. We're going to create the system first. So it's creating the system. We're going to brainstorm. We're going to make up in our mind what it is that we want to do. We're going to write a clear, concise vision. Then we're going to create or write the plan of action. So the steps that it's going to take for you to do it. And then you're going to write the target dates and times so that you can get it taken care of. And not only that, you're going to make sure you write in your calendar, whether it's a digital or electronic calendar, you want to put them in both, like the things that you're going to do, the events you're going to go to, the meetings that you have to attend, the family time, everything that needs to go into your calendar so that way you will not miss appointments, that way you will not overbook, that way you will not feel overwhelmed, but instead you're going to be right exactly where you need to be so you can do what it is that you always wanted to do and you don't feel overwhelmed, neglected, abused, and you're right where you need to be. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. But I just want you guys to know that, like, you have the power to start. You just have to know when to start and how to start and why are you starting. So you can even write down your why. I didn't mention that in the beginning, but why are you starting? And then I need you to do something. When you start, do not beat yourself up, but instead appreciate and reward yourself for starting. So, for example, if today you say you're going to start your business, so after like 2 weeks and you hit your goals and your targets, reward yourself to a night on the town, to a new outfit, to a business, something like whatever it is that you want to do, like a business class. If that's what it is that you want, do something special specifically for you. Do not beat yourself up. If you have to restart, dust your shoulders off and say, you know what, I'm going to start over fresh tomorrow. Because of the simple fact, sometimes we put ourselves higher, or sometimes we beat ourselves up because we didn't meet our expectation for the day. So the thing is, you might not always meet your expectation every single solitary day, but don't beat yourself up. Say, you know what? Tomorrow we will do better. Tomorrow we're going to keep pushing and pressing and doing exactly what it is that needs to be done. So do not beat yourself up, but instead grow and go. And you got this. Just know that it's going to be better for you. You are going to do just fine. And you got this. So I am your host with the most, Coach Tea Nicole. And let's transform our lives together. It is Transformational Thursday. Join us each and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. I'll be on all my channels. So make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Driven by Purpose, Purpos 3, and at Able to Be Able, the ATBA group. So do not forget, I am all over the place. I thank you guys for joining me. I thank you for being a part of my life. I thank you for just allowing me to give you tips for today. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care and be well.